In the heart of Rotterdam, overlooking the city, the location could not have been better for the Apeldoorn British-Dutch Dialogue Conference in 2011. Around 100 participants drawn from business, government, academia and the media across the UK and the Netherlands met to exchange ideas on how to make successful cities.
The topic of urban regeneration, urban development, urban planning is a hot one on both sides of the North Sea, and I think it is a great opportunity for us to learn from each other to the largest possible extent.
Over 50% of the people in the world now live in cities, and that is increasing all the time. So if we're going to improve people's quality of life, we really need to look at how cities function.
The Apeldoorn Conference has proven to be an influential British-Dutch network, bringing together the freshest thinkers from both countries, influential policymakers, business leaders, commentators and academics. This year's conference focused specifically on urban economy, urban space, urban actors and urban creativity.
We have asked the various workshops that will be organized today to come up with specific policy recommendations, about 3 each. So I really hope that by the end of this conference we will have 12 good ideas that can be worked on both sides of the North Sea.
On the economy, the bit that I went to was really talking about transport and the importance of infrastructure and transport, bringing people into the cities, but also how we can take goods and services out of the cities and making sure that's an integrated part of urban planning.
The question is whether you should organize yourself in a more centralistic way or in a more decentralized way, as we do here in the Netherlands, because there are so many aspects combined. You have to look after, like transport, like health, like culture, like infrastructure. So that makes it very interesting.
Well, I think business is all about communications and understanding of issues and problems, and participating in this sort of dialogue where you talk about difficult issues and problems that exist in the world, and two countries that have different views on that, or maybe common views. We think that is helpful in the way we look at business, yes.
I attended the session about urban space, and I met planners and people and professionals from Britain and Holland talking about problems that are very familiar.
The British-Dutch dialogue is not just about talking. It's also about inspiring new bilateral cooperation, stimulating entrepreneurship, and generating fresh ideas and practical projects. The conference in Rotterdam included visits to various urban projects, such as the Stadshavens campus in the harbour, water management in the city's Zuiderpark, and the creative and innovative Schieblock building.
This is the first, I think, beautiful view you have of the building I'm taking you into. It's called Central Post now. It used to be an old post office distribution center.
Excellent. Okay. Welcome in our office. We're structural engineers. You probably know this already.
This is an example of a good piece of reusing an existing building, and in the fabric that you have here in Rotterdam, where so many of the buildings are not old, where actually growing and understanding history through existing buildings is very important, then reuse of buildings is much more important than building new buildings.
Would this solution work in London as well?
Maybe, yeah. I mean, actually kind of having creative hubs, it seems like a very sensible idea. We have a few areas where we've done that, but getting a bit of creativity and a bit of edge to urban city centre developments, I think it's a good idea.
The Netherlands and the UK have a shared history and a shared future. And in between the two, the present situation, there is a lot that we can learn from each other. Working together in Europe and across the Atlantic has always created advantages for both nations. And I would hope that the Apeldoorn Conference can contribute to an ongoing tradition in that respect.
And we are all struggling with many issues at the moment in terms of the economic recession. Working together, particularly at city level, will help us solve many of our problems. And the Anglo-Dutch cooperation over the centuries has always been wonderful, and this is one way of continuing it into the future.